Fire!
Wind! Water! Heart!
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Go Planet!
Stefan, let's go ahead and walk through the TUs and tell people what we can expect, what they can expect this season.
Sure, of course. I mean, as players know so far, we've been telling a story about special relics found throughout Heathmoor. We did the Chalice of Immortality.
There we go. Crossplay Phase 2. Hold on, you can't say it. There you go. October 20th, Crossplay Phase 2.
Dagger. In Season 3, we're going to encounter yokai, KAPPA, other
Phase 2.
demons. It's going to be creepy. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And everyone here and others are going to talk all about it.
There we go. We have a Phase 2 command now, in case you guys are wondering. Phase 2 Crossplay, October 20th. I'll be able to actually play with all you guys in the community, no matter what platform you're on. I'm very excited for this.
Launch off the event, of course, and the Yokai Nightmare Event Pass will also launch.
Crossplay Phase 2, yes, Sloth!
So
October 20th, man.
That will support the idea.
No console will stop us.
So, looking forward to checking that out.
I need to re-download. Do it right now. Also, welcome to the stream.
It's launching off right off.
How you been, slow bro?
September 15th. You're gonna get to talk to JC and
2 years of waiting. I'll finally be able to play with you, Potato. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
So it should be a good one.
Very excited for this one.
Yeah, exactly.
My heart is about to burst.
October.
I don't know why it's from both, but I don't have 2 hearts.
It's gonna be Warmonger up first. It's gonna be Tiandi up second.
Warmonger and Tiandi for Hero Fest, they said.
And then, of course, Title Update 2 is stacked. So looking forward to talking about that at the next Warriors Den. Set your calendars for October 20, because that's going to be crazy too. You've got
The servers are going to crash. I already know it.
All about that. We've got the Halloween event with the
That run on all platforms. Yes, exactly.
which I'm
Rebound.
actually bound not to talk about directly today, but everybody here is laughing because they know, yes, we all want to talk about that. But check it out next time. Armor variations, crossplay.
Is that Crossplay Phase 2?
It is
that I'm
indeed.
seeing?
It is.
It's not Phase 3, Phase 2.
Everyone with high hopes and big dreams. That's what it is right there. Crossplay.
That's us, the highest hopes, the biggest dreams.
Right after this segment, and Nicola and I are going to get a deep dive on what's in that, but it's probably what you're hoping for. So stick around for a few minutes.
Add my contribution to chat here with my Rage Lander.
There's a second testing ground. This one's going to be a system gameplay.
Your girlfriend moved in. Congratulations, Sloth. That's awesome.
Interesting to have the two through the.
How are things going? You still like her?
Of course, through the Covenant Games Heralds of.
Hopefully you still like her.
Ending off the season at the end of Title Update 2. Whew.
Whew.
So much happening this season, and obviously we have.
Yeah, this is going to be a very big season.
What are yokai exactly? Well, yokai are creatures and spirits.
Also known as the Mamona, Corona, Moana.
What?
I've been standing at the edge of the water, trying to stab my enemies, never really knowing why.
Are slowly seeping out of this cave.
I wish I was the perfect parrier. Then I go back to For Honor, no matter how hard I try. Let me know if that's annoying or not. I'll stop singing.
I don't really know how to fight them, and
Every stab I take, every deflect I do.
We've got a new main menu, face-off, portrait, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through it.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, for Season 23's in-game realization, it's essentially rooted in demonic,
very spooky,
and the evil spirit facet of the yokai folklore, which, like mentioned by Ian earlier on, it doesn't necessarily relate to demons and things that go bump in the night. But here are the
things that go bump in the night. Oh, that's really cool, actually.
Frightening creatures.
I like that signature.
So, of course, the atmosphere is also super important, plays a big part in creating this type of supernatural slash.
If they did it right, I'm still against a sequel to For Honor. Unless they pulled over all of your experience from the previous game to a newer game, I'd be very against it.
This yokai experience is going to look and sound amazing. Now, as for the map dressing, aesthetically in the map, the team wanted to blend beauty with horror to create an environment.
We're not to fight Warmonger, not the Orochi.
But at the same time,
That would have been pretty epic, actually. Oh, look!
Temple Garden.
Little KAPPA buddy, little turtle bro.
For creating.
He's so cute and also terrifying.
Nightmare event. You're going to have a thick and gloomy fog that blankets the map. But as you navigate the battlefield, you'll also uncover...
I'm putting turtle emotes, and I don't care.
One
turtle!
Element, and you, Stefan kind of brushed up.
This is my update. They're literally putting turtles in the fucking content, in the fucking Temple Garden. I'm so excited.
So let's go ahead and go through it.
Yeah, sure. So as you can see, the smooth effect.
Oh, it's pretty good.
The demon flower, and the
demon flower.
Blooms in symmetry.
Every rose has its thorn.
To their reincarnation. So it's definitely not the flower you would give to a person you like.
Looking mid in the preview. It's like the basic Medjay, basically.
Yeah. Sure.
That's the battle outfit.
So battle outfit was inspired by traditional Japanese painting.
I have no feelings for this battle outfit. I'm not interested at all.
And you see this.
What the heck?
This ornament.
I know they're supposed to have longer noses,
mask,
but the nose just makes me giggle.
And
it looks like he's got a penis protruding from his head.
Can you use it as a lethal weapon?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
So
Tengu.
Of the event.
It's a Tengu mask. They're supposed to be like that, but it's just I wasn't prepared for that.
With some elements that was inspired by traditional Japanese.
Yeah, I mean I'm not.
And, of course, demon flower.
They're okay, but they're not anything to write home about. With the seasonal event.
That is the,
that's whatever. It's free. It's a seasonal event pass, so don't expect anything crazy.
You can kind of get a look at the weapons and stuff like that. But
that ornament will be fun to use, though, on some people. I'll probably put it on Hitokiri. Wait. Idea.
By the way, that's just... And that's the...
Hitokiri, Tengu mask.
But yeah, we have a ton of stuff that's in the battle.
This. Okay, so imagine this with Hitokiri.
Yeah, sure. That's... video.
Imagine this mask with the Tengu ornament. Just Tengus everywhere. That would be funny. I think that's what I'm going to shoot for.
But another one, actually, it's opposite. It's a demon.
Demonic intruder and demonic tormentor. So there's a blue one and there's a red one.
Nice.
So this battle outfit was
demonic disco.
Because,
very green and digital. It looks kind of digital to me.
Like a nice little...
And demonic prairie. I like the demonic prairie one. The blue and the red I actually like a bit more than just all green.
For anyone wondering, the demon dance floor is in the 8th circle of hell.
That's super circle, man. Gotta have like a pass to get in.
I wonder what a demon disco would actually be. Is it just a party in the underworld?
Ornament when the demon is hiding behind this beautiful face.
Hello, Daddy. What's going on, dude?
See how it's revealing itself and creeping out. This beautiful face. So
Card of Absolution Execution. Chudo. I see you, Fox.
Just use this card of.
Wait, you just yeet them out of existence? Hold on.
Make your enemies disappear in your body.
That's so sick when you just.
What? I kind of like that execution actually. That's pretty cool. Oh, the signature is sick.
In our game, I guess. That's
actually terrifying.
Heavily inspired by the Japanese culture.
Commander Seabass, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Turtle Club. Chudo. You here for the viewing party? How you doing today?
Yokai first escaped from the cave. Just to add to the spooky effect of...
Okay. Not terrible.
Very spooky.
The demonic disco in the background just kind of throwing things off a bit, though.
And, like...
Hello, Frank in chat. Hello, oh my god. How are you, BB?
Season, it's all about the demon possession, and our team worked really hard.
These are low-tier battle outfits. They're not mind-blowing. We'll put it that way.
Look at this.
I'm probably not going to use them.
It's kind of like moving something inside the weapon, and it's like demons maybe cut inside the weapon, and
All right, well that's the battle pass.
they are like possessing this.
I like the execution and the outfit effects
Necessarily
were kind of cool,
evil
like the blue and the
creatures,
red.
so,
Other than that,
well.
eh.
And I hope you'll find the weapon that will.
The actual fashion. Let's put it this way: the actual fashion is except for the like effects that they have. The execution I like a lot, and the signature I like a lot.
The stuff in the battle pass.
Nice. Alright, seasonal weapons. Actually, like these weapons. Red Silver Combination. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What was your other let's get all these guys. Let's go cross. How are you going to? That's what. You're eating. Proud rules. If anything I said with the rule, because I have to natural. In the I don't know the natural like environmental rules. Where's the release? Yeah, there's not work us. Let's do it. We still have to go ahead. I'm not sure. Go ahead. I did. I just last second. Did you hear that in the middle of the music? The music just choked on itself. Yeah, I'm really fun. They're simple, very funny. I suppose the looks of very nice. Very nice. Is that why? That's word. That's word. That's how we have to word later. That's very cool. Let's choose a person of you're trying to repeat in the information. I'll hold my ear. Let's talk about as we're talking about drops. Hold on. We're doing drops. Oh yeah, that's the drops too. So this is we're doing drops, which means the game stream drops. Oh yeah. I was using the same thing. And you talk about it at the top. When they say it. It's just nice. Yeah, it's just a little better. Just space to work with. I love this music. Yes, sir. Oh, nice. Okay, good. It's well. There's all the fashion stuff. All that like good like this. Because usually you do we're just I was just backwards. I was like it was like well, season pass was season pass was more muted like blue like this is going to go all into the things. I like these doing shit. It was sick, yeah. Is that my general really well with their runs on time? With the presentation, I actually did it. I have the overall ratings. I really enjoy. Especially like all those fast we have for a while. Especially individuals that really like, oh yeah, we have that. Good. Oh, what the fuck is this? Why? What? Why? Why is that a thing for Kensei? You should put that on like the pommel or something. Don't put it on the fucking blade. The face just like sticks out from the blade. My overall impression of the season pass and the battle pass weapon skins is that they're all very solid. I like them all. Crossplay update, here we go. Crossplay update. Let's go.
So Stefan, what can you
crossplay.
Phase 2.
Absolutely. I want to bring us down memory lane.
Also, alternatively, crossplay.
Before we do, at the start
religion.
of season 1, the team brought a big surprise to For Honor that was called Crossplay Phase 1. That was the ability to do matchmaking online through the multiplayer menu. 1 year ago, nobody thought that For Honor was going to get crossplay. We just weren't set up for it. Players didn't think we were. Devs didn't think we were. Nobody thought we were.
But then,
of course, Nicolas here, if you tell him and his tech team that something isn't possible, 100% they're going to take that personally, and 100% they're going to get it done somehow. So against all odds, there we were at the start of year 6 with crossplay. So that was amazing. In phase 1, yeah, all 3 pools were brought together. So PlayStation, Xbox, PC were able to play together through online multiplayer menu matchmaking. So this was great. And now, of course, we've got a couple of...
Trying to answer CC.
...to the crossplay offer in Year 6, Season 3, Title Update 1. And some of these are going to lay the groundwork for crossplay Phase 2, which is the big one on October 20th.
CC was asking cross progression. I said give it another 6 years.
So
every 6 years they do a massive update like this.
Let's start, though,
I think is what their track is.
Title Update 1.
I see what they're putting down.
Changes, and I'll pass the mic back to you guys and Nicola.
Yeah, I'm so excited because when I first came onto the project, it was like, well, people want crossplay, and
in-game blocklist system
for that. We never were built for that. And then
I guess if you could block like known scripters, maybe that would be an idea.
Just like, hold my definitely not ale.
September 15th, custom match remaining game modes on servers.
Into U1.
This is whatever. This is just like quality of life things. This is what we're looking for.
To the funny sword game.
Yeah.
With Ubisoft Connect and in-game group invitations.
Indeed.
we're adding
Wait, in-game group invitations. You can invite mid-game?
For the release of Crossplay Phase 2 with the release of Tier 1. So start.
Hello, Legolas. How you been?
Completely removing the last peer-to-peer connection.
They looked fire. I liked all of them. The
so we are migrating
the season pass ones are more dramatic and more demonic. The event pass are more like muted, more ornate. I like them both though for different reasons.
But note that with this server migration for custom match, this will remove the support of NVIDIA.
Finally got Phase 2 confirmed after so long. I know, Duck. Finally. Basically, like, mid to end October is when we're getting it. October 20th.
We also transfer the entire group system on server.
Glad to see you, buddy.
This is very interesting change because it removes all the necessary of NAT internet router configuration to play For Honor with your friends. So it will be easier for everyone who have a specific internet configuration to be able to play and group with people without complicated NAT configuration. So for that, we have also the NAT status in game, which is no longer needed.
That's awesome.
NAT is no longer needed, they said?
Really insane setups to get around NAT because their ISP just locks down their router. So
bye NATs.
Probably on.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm not a fan of NATs the bug, and I'm also not a fan of NATs the internet connection. So this is nothing but good news.
Mode and the campaign, just not anything that connects to dedicated servers, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've seen all the streamers in the main Twitch chat. Yeah, I've had some conversation, but mainly it's just been me putting the booty emotes.
Previous peer-to-peer service that we're bringing back to dedicated servers is voice chat, right?
Yes, Brian. With the launch of T1, we're also reactivating the in-game voice chat for all crossplay matches. So it's a very good achievement on that. And if you're interested, you can also mute and unmute player directly via the action in the player card, like shown in the video.
And so we added a new feature to make all that.
Oh, yeah, because you normally weren't able to mute, I believe. Like when you were already loading into the game, I think you weren't able to mute people. Nice quality of life update.
Yeah, indeed. Finally, with this T1 title update, we'll bring the new in-game block list to more granularly manage your friend list and reduce the toxicity in-game. With this new mechanism,
block player, unblock.
Block people directly from the player card. By blocking a player, it will automatically mute their voice chat, it will mute their text chat, and also replace their emblem by a generic one.
Okay,
you will be,
but they're still your friend?
At the end of the friend list.
So it's like a kind of block?
With the release of Phase 2,
sort of block?
Title update, this block list will be improved to support cross-platform friends and bring the ability to block cross-platform groups.
Also, hi, Turtle Man. Hello, Biscuit. What have they done so far? Basically, they talked about the fashion stuff, which was pretty decent. Cool execution with a card. You disappear completely. It's pretty nice. Some new signatures, and they showed the weapon passes as well. Both weapons look like both the season pass, or the event pass, and the battle pass. Both of the weapon skins look really good. I like them both for different reasons. And now they're talking about crossplay. Some quality of life stuff. You're able to block people, which automatically mutes them. You're also able to mute them when your game is loading. They're getting rid of NATs completely, so it should be easier to play with people overall, internet-wise.
To take a bite out of this sandwich. What's coming into TU2?
TU2, this is the big one. It launches October 20th. Put this thing in your calendars, please. This is important.
I can block Frank when he beats me in duels. I'll block you back.
The ability to have friends across platform. And of course, if you have friends across platform, this will also mean that you can group.
I missed the good stuff. If you're only here for the fashion stuff, yes, you missed it, Biscuit. But don't worry, I'm gonna have a YouTube video out about all of this.
With them and play For Honor.
Oh, you search them.
Nico,
okay.
Would you like to run us through these?
So I guess that's how it works on console too.
We leveraged the new Ubisoft Connect interaction with the cross-platform feature. So that
yeah. I like this.
By Ubisoft.
Oh, this is gonna be so much easier.
You can search your friends via Ubisoft Connect. You can open the overlay from your console or PC.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get to be friends with all you guys.
Website or the mobile application.
I just gotta search you through Ubi Connect. That's all. That's all there is to it.
From friends. Don't forget to use the Ubisoft account ID to search your friends.
Man literally pulled the Uno reverse card.
Using Ubisoft Connect. And,
Just reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! When he draws his card and puts it down. It's Uno reverse. I like that. That is nice and easy.
If for whatever reason you
So you go to Ubisoft Connect and it just brings up your friend via Ubisoft Connect, I guess.
Error messages telling you that your crossplay is disabled.
Okay.
So is that did we hit everything with TU2? We got the friends list. We got group.
We rose. You missed fashion stuff, season pass stuff, event pass stuff, and now they're just like wrapping up crossplay. October 20th. If you do ! phase 2 in chat, I made the command for it in case you guys forget. ! phase 2 in chat.
If you receive,
it'll just say October 20th. Very simple.
From a friend. You'll see a message in the top right.
That's the confirmation, October 20th, baby.
Pending. And you can also see them on this friends page on the right side.
That's going to be a big... What day is that, actually?
List currently says group invites as well.
So get the whole squad together.
October. October 20th, Thursday. Thursday. For Honor stream that Thursday. Ooh, baby. Might actually do Warrior Week that week.
For Halloween.
To maximize our excitement.
And you have
October 20th, I'll be able to play with all you guys. I'm fully expecting so many more people to play on 4v4s, guys.
From a couple years ago or whatever, and so on, some from PC. Put them all together.
Whole bunch of 1v1s, whole bunch of 4v4s. Oh my god, that's gonna be a long-ass stream, and I'm here for it.
Matchmaking, custom game, wherever you want in For Honor. The only two caveats being story mode and arcade are the two places you cannot play cross-platform. We have technical limitations against that.
Fair enough. Story mode and arcade mode, you can't do crossplay. Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Not me.
Penny Dreadful, let's do it.
Who plays story and arcade mode? The 5 people that play story mode and arcade mode. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to play with people from other platforms. New combat things?
And to start off, we're going to talk about dodge attacks. We have some characters in...
Dodge attacks, there we go!
But we're bringing them to the ones that don't. So, JC, walk us through it.
Jormungandr with a dodge attack, oh boy.
Previously announced when we came back from, I think, the last testing grounds, we're adding new dodge attacks.
Did they mention dodge attacks for every hero? Yeah. These guys, those guys, they're getting dodge attacks.
Warlord and Highlander. Max has a video, gorgeous video that can...
What the fuck is that? Oh, no!
So, they're, except for Highlander, they're all...
No!
Attack, like button. They're all 600 MS, they're all...
No! These are terrible! They're all the same move!
Highlander is with heavy... for Highlander, considering want him to be like a bit better in defensive stance.
He just bonks them.
They're also only performable while you're in defensive stance.
Highlander might have the only unique dodge attack, honestly. Highlander and Warlord. Everybody else has the same exact dodge. Oh, Yubi, no.
They also allow 5 frames, so that's really good. For all of these heroes, especially everybody but Highlander, you'll notice that they don't have like huge hitboxes.
No.
That's because we designed them on purpose to be usable and be good.
Yorbs is literally just her light attack, but from the side.
Really good dodge attacks in the sense of I'm going to be target swapping them and doing all those crazy things that some heroes are known for. This is literally just to make sure that these heroes are able to efficiently deal with bashes. Even though Black...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll work, I guess, but
so that's
just copy-pasting them, I don't think is the play.
Good, but not be...
Oh, no.
That they're a little bit riskier to use because they're on light inputs most of the time, and so we want to take that direction a little bit so that it makes a bit of sense there.
Awesome. Very excited to be bringing dodge attacks, especially
like on the good side. Yes, it'll be good that these heroes will finally be able to punish other characters that have bashes and stuff like that. On the con side, they're all literally copy pasted, except for like Warlord and Highlander. Ah, jeez. Okay.
This time, it's, I would say,
yes.
Buffs, we really
zone attacks. You no longer lose all of your stamina from one zone attack. For Warden and other characters. Thank God, finally.
Quality of life stuff, making sure they're more playable.
This is good. I like this change a lot.
So first we have
finally.
See a lot of numbers here.
It's about time. Yeah, a lot of math, a lot of addition.
I'm not gonna go through all of them, but basically all of these heroes have lower stamina cost for their zone attacks. If your hero is not listed, don't worry, we didn't forget about them. Just we did a lot of changes here.
First 3 attacks are identical minus the weapons themselves, yeah.
But that's kind of the idea here.
What happened? What happened? Crossplay confirmed October 20th. Dodge attacks are essentially all the same for almost everybody that doesn't have a dodge attack yet. But at least it'll be good for punishing bashes, so that's good at least. It's just like, it's a lazy but efficient rework, I guess we'll say, or update.
Really completely standard route.
And the cosmetic stuff overall is pretty good.
Like on a case-by-case basis.
The too long didn't read version, Caitlin. Welcome to the stream.
30 because they're faster. They have
Warden Zone!
At 20 because they're
can finally use it in mix-ups now.
For multi-hit zones as well, we did that all change.
All right, they made up for it. Yeah, the dodge attacks are going to be eh. But this is a very good change. This was a long time coming.
We also have some specific changes for some heroes.
Warden chain lights are 500 down from 600. Okay. A little harder to parry.
We have like very, very small quality of life things, but still very useful. So Warden
Berserker has more HP. Interesting. Gonna be a tanky boy. Tanky assassin over here.
Warlord has updated trajectories and forward movement on for Board and Blade. That's the heavy attack that you do when you're in full block stance. It'll help you catch people that are dodging. Step forward a little bit more. You can't really just backwalk it anymore. So,
clear minion lane's going to be amazing too, right? Warden's actually going to be able to clear minion lane now.
The hero's trader identity and make him a little bit less squishy. That should be good. Orochi's side of finishers are now 700 MS, down from 8.
But you can still delay them.
Players to actually use Orochi's side of finishers in group fights. They already have.
Oh wait, side heavy, not side lights.
Very good. But at 800 MS, they were a little bit too slow. So at 7,
I think that
they're going to be a little more useful.
I disagree. I think the slowness of Orochi's second side heavy finisher, like the side heavy finisher, the second heavy in the chain, I honestly think the slowness is what catches people off guard. So I don't know if this change is going to help or hinder Orochi.
They used to cost 25.
12 stamina? What?
Those attacks specifically do not have an additional stamina cost.
Do you see this?
That's why they used to cost 25.
Now, oh, I can't zoom in. Do you see this? 12 stamina for the full charge heavy? What the fuck?
Really good down the line for this hero as well.
You're gonna be seeing Hitokyuris all over the place now.
Now we have even more
Peacekeeper.
More granular, just details. We're starting with Peacekeeper.
Now cancel recovery into dodge. Ooh, okay.
Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper, we've adjusted a couple of things. The direct cancel. Okay, you can now cancel the recovery into a dodge from 200 to 300 MS. It used to be static at 330.
So she'll be able to move a bit more. That'll be good for her.
Cancels and be able to dodge out of it. Give her a bit more safety in group fights.
Dodge light unsent. Yorm also has the dodge light. Yeah.
It might be a bit hard to understand right now. But
again, it'll be good. I see where they're coming from. That it'll punish people. But I'm really sad that it's all just the same move. Copy pasted.
Dashing through us when you're doing a front dodge. So it's from 3 to 5, and it used to be static at from 2 to 5. Sorry, it used to be static at 3. And throws have a little bit less recovery. The intent here is that you should.
They nerfed her kidney damage. Yeah, I see that. They're gonna get to that in a second here. I think that's the best though.
And then do a dodge for
you used to take out so much of your health. Now she's just gonna lightly stab your kidney instead of thrusting into it every time.
Should be a lot more consistent to land now. Then we have the only nerf in the entire patch, which is the stat.
The entire patch.
Peacekeeper, they used to deal 38, which was way too high. So we've adjusted the bleed damage a bit of how it works there, and it now deals 28. It's still above the curve.
Way too much. Also, I hurt my head with that.
A bit more stuff there. But
did way too much damage. This is much healthier.
We've also increased our forward movement on every single one of our neutral, chained, and finisher attacks. You used to be able to backwalk her a little bit, and it was like she had a hard time sometimes reaching you. So with these changes, it should be a lot easier for it to really keep the pressure and stay in. We've also updated the trajectory for the zone attacks for the first strike, so that it matches the weapon a lot better.
Oh, and the crossbow.
Bigger, it's not like it's less angled, so it works better. And finally, this one's a big one. Her crossbow feat, which is her tier 3 feat, it has a pretty short cooldown, and it used to deal 25 damage straight.
Right, just raw.
Which was still good. But now what we've changed it to do is it deals 15 direct damage.
And then 10 bleed damage.
Damage over 10 seconds. So it's
okay.
25, but that
not bad.
Is super important.
That is correct. It has a pretty short cooldown, so I'm not really against this at all, because you could keep using it over time.
And it's a lot easier to land at. You could go like.
I already know what I'm gonna do with it. If I have a shaman on my team, I'm gonna snipe somebody from across the way. They're gonna start bleeding, and then the shaman can jump on them. Assists. Lawbringer buffs.
Lawboy. What are we doing at Lawboy, JC?
Lawboy, right? So Lawbringer doesn't have a ton of changes. Basically, we've done a big pass of adjusting the forward movement.
Okay.
On his side attacks, his side heavy attacks. We have the weapon trajectories for the side heavies. They should no longer like just phase through some of the external opponents. That should work much better.
I'm disappointed. Nothing big for Lawbreaker.
A bit of a pass on the input comfort for the parry follow-ups, so you can now perform them.
I'm sad.
6 ms before.
I thought I saw Lawbreaker and got real hype.
Speed up in pinning riposte, which is the kind of the impale that we have after a parry, so that it would still fit. Basically, those are just two changes that they're meant to be quality of life changes. That it's
lame.
A little bit easier to.
Lame. I mean, buffs are buffs, but still lame. I want more for him.
All right. Kensei, right? So Kensei, all of his changes rely on like
I imagine Sen doing a dodge attack and after he starts his combo with the punches. Yeah, I guess. If it links into the rest of his chain, yeah, that should be how it works.
So we've done a couple of changes. The chaining timing.
No light chain. Yeah, no. Lawbreaker's not getting any big reworks yet.
Itself has been sped up to 1100 ms.
Maybe next season.
Instead of fast guard break. And there's also increased for movement on top of your finisher.
And now Sol feints to fast guard break. Okay.
Used to roll on reaction to you throwing that type of your finisher. You can now just hit guard break.
And it'll catch them.
Guard break, get them while they're rolling, and it helps Kensei provide a lot. This way and make
good quality of life update for Kensei too. A lot of this just seems like a quality of life update.
I don't really play a ton of Kensei, so I may have to jump on.
Oh God, Nobushi has a lot of stuff. What is happening?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, well, I see a lot here for Nobushi.
Yeah.
For Nobushi, it looks
same,
like
Josh. Same.
You'll see it's relatively simple. We've updated the trajectories for all of our side heavy openers.
Did they nerf Impale or buff it? They buffed it technically, Sebastian. They decreased the not decrease. They what do you call it? I'm trying to think of words. I can't think of words. They made it faster, Sebastian. They basically made it faster.
And they now have iframes, so they're actual good.
Not that it matters. I mean, you get it on parry either way.
Like delay them and make sure you do them at the right timing when you're dodging or whatever. Now they're always going to be able to.
After 84 years, Kensei finally gets changes.
Are also very good, but those didn't get updated because we wanted to have a version of it that was this is the dodge attack thing, and this one is the more.
Is 1100 bad? Well, so his top unblockable is normally very slow, so I think it's sped up a little bit. But you could also chain it into your hyper armor and stuff like that.
It used to be stuck at 300 there, and it was 600. So with this, like, it also gives that to be a little bit of a better peel tool.
600 MS on miss. Okay.
Like a little bit pressure.
So you should be able to dodge.
Timings. Well, a bunch of
dodge and guard break
attacks. I won't go into them, but we just wanted to normalize her recoveries because some of them were like extremely long. So when you would.
Oh no, they're faster. Okay. So buffs for Nobu. Not my favorite news. I suck against Nobu though. There's some people that are god tier against Nobu.
And finally, her out of luck heavy finisher is now a left stance attack. It used to be top, so now being left means that she can actually throw it in the lane, be able to catch more enemies, more minions and stuff, and makes her like a bit better.
All right.
Overall in the minion lanes, that should be a nice improvement there.
So they sped up Nobushi, which is going to be terrorizing for me. I'm going to have to adjust to that.
Centurion. So we've increased the forward movement for the charge heavy openers, basically because Centurion
he leaps forward further, basically.
And so the pressure that the character could deal from
iframes on Nobu
was like not that good.
It's going to be dodging all over us, Sebastian.
So you get your opponent.
It's not going to be a good time.
You get a guaranteed ally heavy.
At least for a little bit, and then we'll adjust to it. We'll be okay.
So with that bit of extra forward movement, it should help.
You paused your game. Good call. Good call.
That groove a little bit better.
Now you have your full focus on my stream of their stream.
Even the warden treatment.
Stream with their stream.
If whenever you do a charge punch, if you fully charge it and your opponent did an early dodge attack, you should now pretty much always.
Let me know when you guys get your drops, by the way, in chat. Since drops are on. Exclamation mark drops if you want to know how to set that up.
Fully avoid it. So that change, we should be good to go.
All right, and Sen's able to get better tracking on the punch. That's good. That's good.
It's faster, and then there's like the stance, the
negates on a oh, at 1000 MS. Okay, good. So he gets his hyper armor faster. That's good too.
And then up next we have Gladiator.
Gladiator. Small change for Gladiator again, but still, front and side sucker punches now cost 12 stamina. They used to cost 24, I think, which was like an insane number. On top of that, because they cost so much stamina and they don't guarantee direct damage afterwards, we felt like.
So I get to punch people even more, as you saw earlier in stream. I like this. I like this.
The input window for counter jab, which is specifically after you parry and you hit guard break, we increased the window by 400 milliseconds. It's huge.
Huge.
It makes a big difference here. It should be much better here. Should like the input comfort, you have a lot bigger window to hit the button, so that should feel much better here for Gladiator.
Yeah, because sometimes what you would see with Gladiator is that you would try to do the punish, but you wait a little too long because it's so finite, and you would do a random guard break instead. You'd see that with a lot of Gladiators. Now it should be a lot easier to do that bash punish.
Or even against the same target. Sometimes you could backwalk. It was a bit hard to really catch up to opponents.
Shama getting some changes too. Okay.
It should feel better. At least it's not a massive increase, right? But it still makes a bit of a difference here. Her left heavy finisher is now 900 MS. It used to be, I think, 1,000 or 1,100. I'm not sure. But
so it's a little faster.
On reaction, see unblockable, and then your opponent would just hit
light
and beat you out of
it every single time. Same thing with Kensei. A lot of time people would just light right out of it.
If your opponent mashes light after you perform the light, so Shaman does light into left heavy finisher, and your opponent mashes light in between, you're gonna trade with Shaman.
Yeah,
this means that Shaman
that's fine.
Win the trade because she deals a lot more damage with those heavy finishers than a neutral light. But still, it's something that we're trying out here where it's still interruptible, but at the same time, it's a trade where Shaman wins.
You think that's what it used to be? Oh, the dev?
We've also lowered Predator's hunger.
Maybe he forgets. There's a lot of things that happen in this game. I'm sure he doesn't remember everything either. Not off the top of his head, anyway.
The stamina penalty when you're switching from Wildcat's Rage, which was dodge forward bash. Actually, no, that's dodge forward heavy, and Predator's Mercy and Hunger, which are dodge forward bash, right? So the idea here is that dodge forward or dodge back is that you could do like dodge forward heavy and then tap guard break while that was going. She stops, puts her weapons away, and then keeps going forward. So you could switch between the two kind of different attacks. But when doing that, it would actually cost you stamina.
Oh, I see what he's saying. So if you hard feint it the way I do sometimes, it'll still cost you stamina. But if you soft feint between the two, it doesn't cost stamina. Okay.
Again, better stamina economy. So you should be more free to be able to use that little bit of a mix-up there more often.
Nice.
All right. Black Prior, right? So
I'm sorry, Shin. Don't worry. You could read it, and I basically just voiced everything that they were saying anyway.
We really wanted to be able to catch more people. So this should be... It might not still be the best roll catching tool or whatever, but at least with that bit of increased movement, you should be able to catch people from a bit further away, so that should help. His sprint attack is now 700 MS. Used to be much slower, dealt a lot more damage, but because
it was very slow.
Speed it had, it was completely useless. Like, it's sad to say, but it really wasn't good. So at that speed now, with that damage, it's a lot more in line with what other sprint attacks are. So that should work quite well. And finally, Bulwark Slash. We've lowered its guard break vulnerability to 100 MS, right? So that's gonna be similar to like Kyoshin and some other heroes that can attack out of their down stance. And the big thing here is that beforehand, if you were against a Black Prior and you went to down stance, you had a guaranteed guard break every single time, because reacting to that down stance, Black Prior didn't have anything he could do to actually beat that guard break. So now Black Prior does down and then heavy right away. If you try to guard break, you're gonna get hit by that heavy unblockable. So it gives Black Prior a little bit more safety here, lets him use that attack a little bit more often, and makes him a little bit less vulnerable as well in these kinds of situations.
Okay, I don't think Black Prior needs more safe options. I feel like he's fine, but like I said, higher tier levels of gameplay.
Heavy finishers now gain uninterruptible stance. That's armor for people at 100 MS. It used to be much later.
So you could trade more with it.
This is to be like a lot more in line with other heroes we've been doing that have that type of armor in their finishers. Should let her trade with dodge attacks a lot better. Give her a lot more safety in group fights. Let her land those heavies. So that's very good. And then
Mobby buff.
Praying Claw. So Praying Claw used to be just a regular bash, didn't really do anything. Slashes you with her claws. So what we've done is that Praying Claw itself now deals 8 bleed damage up front, but to compensate, we've lowered the damage of the stab and the slash, so light and heavy follow-ups, by 8.
Okay.
You still deal the same amount of damage when you're doing those follow-ups, but at least you're going to get a little bit of bleed off of the claw itself. Helps you synergize with like the bleed heroes, so like Nobushi, Shaman.
So a little balancing for her.
So we're hoping that it'll give her a little bit more utility, maybe create some new team comps, and at the same time make the hero just better in general, having a little bit more upfront damage.
Nice. And then
yes, Caitlin.
Best for last, of course.
Griffin.
Daddy.
Yeah, right. So Griffon, again.
Griffon.
Which is the heavy finishers. They gain uninterruptible stance at 100 MS, down from 5. Again, it's to be able to trade better.
Yikes.
Have more safety in group
Griffin's
fights.
going to be a monster.
That works quite well.
In group
And we've
fights.
also done some changes to Mind Cleaver, which is side dodge heavies. So the miss recoveries are a little bit faster, and you now gain defense at 500 MS, so it makes them a lot safer, right? Whenever you do them, you would be left wide open for a super long period of time. So now target swapping those attacks in group fights should work way better, should have more effectiveness. So that's kind of the idea here.
Griffin's going to be rough.
So that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Are you going to play more, or are you going to end up just... I don't know, Duck. It depends how long this goes on.
And read some other things, or if there's anything that you missed, go ahead and walk us through it.
Yeah, so we're doing a rework for Valkyrie, a rework for Tiandi, and also we're testing out some changes to counter guard break, see how that feels. Super hyped for it, so it should be really, really interesting.
Valkyrie's going to be cool. Tiandi, I don't know what they're going to do.
A little bit different with our testing ground segments on the Den. JC and Alex have created a video showcasing the reworks, going in depth with them, talking about them, and we're going to go ahead and let that roll. And then we'll come back, give our final thoughts, and continue on with the show. So, JC, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Where new shit?
Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be looking at changes that are coming to the testing.
All right, Valkyrie.
We're going to have Valkyrie changes.
Valkyrie's been largely ignored for a long time, so I'm excited to see what they do.
Valkyrie. So Valkyrie is one of our older heroes. She doesn't have that much offense. A lot of her stuff can be dodged on one timing. Sweep doesn't really work. And so we're really trying to...
Tell me they made sweep feightable. Tell me they made sweep feightable, please. Just like Shaolin's. That's a big thing that she needs.
Shield Crush and Shield Tackle. So we've actually removed Shield Crush in this testing rounds and replaced it with Shield Tackle. And you can no longer do Shield Tackle from back dodge, right? So right now I just did back dodge and guard.
Okay.
You can't do it anymore from...
So no more all guard.
Do it from front dodge.
Oh, there is an all guard.
So if you do...
But it's from the front.
Into Shield Tackle.
Ooh.
Soft feint into Shield Tackle. Wait, it didn't work there. There we go.
Ooh. So kind of like Conqueror's all guard in a way.
Shield Tackle also now guarantees a light when it lands. It still blocks attacks like before. So if... There we go. You can also now dodge out of it.
Okay.
So a little bit more defensive options. So that's quite interesting. And what's also cool with it is that now we have a new kind of...
There's people that try to light parry everything.
Which is, if your opponent thinks that you're going to shield tackle, they can just guard break and to try to beat your shield tackle attempt, right? There you go. So that works. But if I let my heavy go and they attempt to guard break, my heavy is going to land instead. So we're really trying to do something a little bit different here.
Fair enough.
That has more impact on Valkyrie, gives her a better reason to use shield tackle. And it's kind of like using maybe like a charge attack as a soft feint or something. So it's kind of interesting. And it really
gives her an actual mix-up now more, you know?
Defending and defend while you're attacking mindset that we really wanted to have for Valkyrie.
It's going good, right, Gort? We are watching the Warriors Den live right now.
I can't wait for people to...
So forgive me if I don't answer chat a ton.
Other thing to know is that, as usual...
We're glad to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well.
Leads to sweep.
Okay. Still leads to sweep. Good.
So using that, you can really go into your sweep.
Remember, you just need 2 moves to go on them. Or not even on them. You just need to complete 2 moves, and then you get the sweep.
It is now 500 milliseconds instead of 6. Should make it...
Faster sweep.
Reactable.
Tell me it's feintable.
It no longer unbalances allies or multiple opponents, so it only really...
That's good.
The character you are locked onto.
Good.
That changed because we have to choose between one or the other, and unbalancing allies...
So you don't have to sweep your allies anymore by accident.
Sweep was much more difficult
or you don't have to, like, go for the sweep on an enemy and then accidentally sweep your entire surrounding team.
Damage on top of it, so that made a difference here. And last but not least, the sweep follow-up is now frame advantage, right? So now if I mash light, and my opponent mashes light, see, as you see here, I was able to hit them almost coming back up. They can still block, right? So if I go at top light here...
Seems like the second light is slower to me.
It lets Valkyrie really, really keep the offense up. Using sweep in 1v1 situations will really, really help you. And keeping that frame advantage really helps Valkyrie in this position. Then we have Pouncing Thrust and Hunter Strike. So Pouncing Thrust has more range now.
Lads, I don't think they made sweep feightable, sadly.
All enhanced as well. So as you see here, like that's really like you're gonna get.
Oh, thank God.
Lets Valkyrie really go further into her chains.
So that forward dodge light is enhanced now, so you don't have to worry about just bouncing off of people all the time.
So pouncing thrusts now have more forward movement as well. So they used to be quite bad. They didn't really hit forward much. She didn't really move a lot. So with this, you really have a lot more forward movement. They also have more, they also have more side movement, right? So if you do it like this.
But they are not enhanced, it looks like. It looks like it's only the forward light.
It's kind of hard to show here, but the idea is that with those iframes, let's go like this, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to dodge and properly do dodge attacks with this.
Thank God.
In group fights and a lot of different situations, so it works quite well. Then we have something for attacks. So all of our heavy attacks have more forward movement now. It doesn't really show, but one of the big things that used to happen is if you did a side light, a left light into heavy feint to guard break, it wouldn't work. You couldn't catch people.
Yeah. Oh, thank God they changed it.
So now that those heavy...
Oh, thank God. That's actually one of the best changes that they did with Valkyrie in this testing ground.
Able to target swap, hit more opponents, works quite well.
Thank God.
We've also updated all the trajectory.
You don't whiff the GB every single time. Your shield just goes flying off, and then you never get them.
External opponents much better. We've also slowed down the top light and chains and her finishers to 500 ms, right? So they used to be 4. So these used to be 400 ms, and the problem that we run into this is that at low level, 400 ms lights are really hard.
Yeah, they did slow them down. That's what I thought.
They're a little bit hard to react to for a lot of players.
They looked slower.
At least have a chance to be able to block sometimes, right? But then when they're 400, it's a lot harder. And then at high level, the players are good enough that they're able to block top. And then if it's a side, they react and block the side. And if it's not a side, they just keep blocking top and they still block it. So that didn't work either. So with everything at 500, it incentivizes Valkyrie to do more heavies, do more into the shield tackle type of things, but still be able to use them and not be as frustrating at low level. Last but not least, in terms of attacks, we've also normalized recoveries of all of our chain attacks to be between 700 and 800 ms everywhere. It's a bit of a quality of life change, but it really helps Valkyrie be a little bit more safe in group fights and when outnumbered.
Anything else?
Zone attack. So the trajectory for the first step for zone attack is now 500 ms instead of 6.
Zone's a bit faster.
It makes it a lot more usable, and we've also
just bitch slaps them across the face with her stick.
They match the weapon better. You can hit more people externally and have a lot more control over fights with this. And finally, the last change we want to look at Valkyrie is Hunter's Rush, which is a sprint attack. So Valkyrie's sprint attack now initiates chains. So you can go Hunter's Rush into heavy, this.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All sorts of stuff with it. So it really helps her initiate when out of lock.
So I'm sad there was no feintable sweep. I am sad about that. But it looks like everything else they did, for the most part, made her better.
Okay.
All right, Tiandi time.
Now let's look at
overall, I'm happy with the Valkyrie rework. I still think they're going to need to do more, though. It's definitely going to be one of those testing ground changes where they're going to have to do it multiple times.
The hero's offense. Like Tiandi had like some limited dodge cancels here and there. It really didn't live up to the dodge specialist name. And on top of that, his offense was a little bit lacking. It was.
Oh no, I already know where this is going. He's going to be able to dodge attack after finishing a chain. You watch.
So we're looking at those two main aspects. So first up, we have flow like water, basically recovery cancels. So Tiandi can now recovery cancel every single attack into a dodge at 300 ms, right? So you can do light into a dodge.
Yep, and then he can do other dodge attacks. That's what I figured.
If you want. You can even do it off of like Palm Strike or Dragon.
Now he will truly flow like water.
So essentially, we really wanted to have Tiandi be able to really be a good specialist into having dodge cancels. They're a little bit slower than other dodge cancels. They're being at 3, Pirate and Orochi are at 2, and Xanadu is at 3. So we're really trying to like find a little different common ground for these, but this is really interesting. Works quite well and gives a lot of interesting things.
These ads are really,
Palm Strike
really a pain.
Backwalk and guard break. We've actually now put it on front dodge guard break instead.
Oh.
The reason for that being that at low level, the back guard break attacks are a little bit problematic because they're really hard to react to at low level, but they're also fully reactable at high level, and so that makes them not very good. They're okay as inter.
So they made it a forward dodge bash. Another character that has a forward dodge bash here.
To be in a much more standardized position, so from dodge guard break works quite well. And the other cool thing with that is that because it's now in front dodge, you can do interesting mix-ups like dodge cancels your attack into strike, reset your chain, keep going to what you have.
I'm not against it.
Really goes much further with this. It might,
especially because of the dodge cancels. That'll be interesting.
But we really feel that having that,
because you could dodge forward, pretend you're gonna do the bash, and then just do a regular guard break instead.
Also remove the unique follow-up it had. So when you do on live, when you do a palm strike, you used to have a heavy follow-up that was armored, top only.
They took away the hyper armor.
You could target swap, but it was a bit weird. And the problem with that move was that because it had like strange properties where it couldn't be parried. If the palm strike landed and you did that heavy against your opponent, the opponent that the palm strike landed on, that attack was unparryable. So that was kind of hard to read. And the other real niche move that it had was that it could kind of trade with dodge attacks if somebody was doing a dodge attack against your palm strike, for example.
Yeah, but that's kind of how Tiandi got his ins.
Dodge cancels here. If you want to dodge attack somebody who dodged it, then you can do that. You can also, if you still want that armor somewhere, you can dodge cancel a dodge for it heavy, which still has armor. So you can do palm, target swap, dodge for it heavy, and do all that sort of thing. So that still works quite well. So we really felt like that specific attack was no longer necessary, as it forced Tiandi down a very, very specific path that we didn't want. And the last thing that we have with palm strike is that actually it now leads to heavy finishers that you can change your stances to as well. So you can do like a left heavy finisher, right?
Okay.
Same for lights. So now you can actually do this and hit.
So they basically made him a little more flexible, that you don't have to do the top light or the top heavy.
So we really want to
you're allowed to do other movement,
viability,
which is good. I like that.
Be able to
makes it more flexible.
Hit people externally and get into that move.
You still get the confirmed light, it looks like.
So Dragon Kick was a bit of a weird move.
Oh god, tell me they buffed the kick.
You can like push somebody into a wall and maybe get a follow-up.
You now kick people twice as far.
Like land a kick on somebody, lands next one of your allies, they get a heavy on him. But it's still, like in most situations, it was actually better for the defender to just get hit by the Dragon Kick or react to Kensei doing to Tiandi rather, doing a soft feint dodge or whatever. So we've done two things to really help remedy this, right? So Dragon Kick can now be feinted. So you can feint Dragon Kick.
Oh no!
If you like.
Oh no! Oh no!
Also now a dedicated follow-up.
Oh no! Oh no!
Every time you do land the Dragon Kick,
Tiandi about to be a menace.
So now there's.
Oh no!
For your opponent to actually want to trade it.
No.
Something instead of just taking it and just taking no damage or very, very low damage.
I mean, it's cool, but that's gonna be hard to deal with. Oh lordy. Tiandi about to skyrocket.
Dragon dodges. So they used to be 1100 MS, so that's super slow. They couldn't, like, it was really difficult to really punish bashes and like faster attacks with side dragon dodges, side dodge heavies, for example. Because the problem that we started having is that because it's so slow, a lot of bashes could just miss.
Tiandi S tier? I don't know if this would make him S tier. A tier for sure, though.
With them being faster, they're now 800 MS, so they
I have to do a tier list video on YouTube at some point. That's one of the things I have not done yet.
But to do that, we also remove the extended dodge properties because it's faster. Having extended dodge properties on that move.
Oh, that move is faster, it looks like.
You were able to, like.
Yeah, look at how much faster it is.
It was super, super strong.
Oh my god! Jeez! He's ice skating out here.
But as Alex in front of me.
You gotta be careful he doesn't bust an ankle or something.
Changes.
Twist his ankle.
You can still soft feint it right into a dodge. So, and you can still feint the attack as well. So it's not like the move changes.
Not by Tiandi more. New Vanguard main confirmed.
But it should now be actually useful.
We just got off maining Warden as our Vanguard. I might have to switch to Tiandi.
Do like really, really crazy shenanigans where you do side dodge heavy into a front dodge palm into a lot of stuff. So again,
that side dodge is so funny though.
Quite a bit.
Choo, 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 choo.
And go there.
Holy shit.
Things we want to look at are quality of life changes on Tiandi. So first up is finishers on when you're out of lock.
When I watch you play this, I keep thinking of getting into it, kind of waiting for the crossplay. Yes, right, October 20th, I'll be able to play with all you guys.
A much better minion clear.
Please play.
Without having to resort to having like dodge cancels or sort of stuff, you can now go and just mash heavies on the side and be able to get better lane clearing ability.
Okay.
We've also improved the trajectories for the side heavy finishers. It's kind of hard to show right now, but they're way better at catching external opponents. Again, they match the weapon better as well, so it's a big improvement there for Tiandi. And we've also removed all the stamina damage and
say busted hero for you and me, Caitlin. Yeah.
On Dragon Kick.
I have problems with current Tiandi. Like I can't deal with current Tiandi sometimes.
It didn't really do anything. So it's a lot of like small changes for quality of life, and then the other changes which don't.
The kick is the big thing.
Really help the character feel a lot like have a much better flow, better offense, better defense. So hopefully the character is gonna be much stronger in the future. So now we're gonna look at counter guard break changes.
Man. Also, I noticed with Valkyrie, I don't know if they have the bash still, the soft feint bash.
We've done a small change where
I'm about to look back and see.
Counter guard break. You now have frame advantage.
Now we get counter guard break changes.
And we also push opponents a little bit less far. So I'm gonna guard break Alex here. You can counter guard break. Right?
Okay.
We're pushed a little bit less far, but also the person that did the counter guard break has frame advantage for 1 frame. That might not seem like a big change, but what it does do is
1 frame.
Let's say I'm gonna guard break Alex. He's
Uno frame.
Guard break. And then I'm gonna mash guard break, and he's gonna throw a heavy, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Live right now. So you saw that I did a guard break. I fully buffered it.
So now you can punish people that guard break spam.
And the heavy landed, right? So what this does is that 1 frame of frame advantage lets your opponent, lets the person that did the counter guard break, throw out anything but a light or a guard break. You can do like other options, but basically the idea is that like right now on live, whenever somebody guard breaks, if your opponent counter guard breaks, the only thing either player can do is throw a light, because guard break will catch anything.
Right.
It'll catch heavies, it'll catch dodges, it'll catch absolutely everything.
So you can't just guard break spam and eventually get them.
You end up becoming very.
It forces you to do other moves. I like this.
Very good tool to really stop offense here. Whereas
yeah, I like this a lot.
When you manage to successfully counter guard break, you have more options. It doesn't mean that you don't get guaranteed damage.
Ledge people gonna be bad. Yeah, also it's gonna eliminate a bunch of ledges too. Like accidental ledges.
It doesn't make sure that you're always gonna throw a light, that then you know it's a light, so you can always parry it, and you get into that route where, especially at a high level, guard breaks were becoming a problem, and people would just like mash guard break all the time, and the only thing you could really do is either light or guard break, and it didn't quite work. So with this change, you can really land heavies afterwards. You can do a lot of different things. And the other thing you can do is that you can do, we'll show it with Alex right now. If I throw a guard break and he counter guard breaks, I'm going to try to back roll. And you'll see that he can mash guard break to actually catch my back roll. So let's look at it this way.
Oh, because of the frame advantage. Yeah.
Back roll here. And his guard break caught me. So it means that it's...
Because when you would roll after that, typically what would happen is that you would just roll away. And you'd ignore the GB.
Counters your guard break. We did this so we want to have guard breaks still be useful in the game, right? They're still very good. They still guarantee.
Toxic, you missed a lot. I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. Don't worry.
Don't go anywhere, because up next we'll be back with Brian and 2 very special guests for a competitive update. So.
See, funny he says don't go anywhere because we don't really care about the competitive update, which means we're done watching this.